That was right up my alley, man. I mean, you know that I'm into the punk shit, so like that's fantastic.
Yeah, they fucking rip it, man. That whole EP is awesome. Everybody does a great job in it, but I feel like Zach's drums in particular bring. That dude is a crazy talented drummer.
Yeah,
just love that.
I wish that I was somebody, I don't know, that's not something that I hear on a first listen of a song. Mm-hmm. Typically, I'm somebody who will notice like the vocals and the guitars. Yeah. I think it's just because that's my trade. I play guitar and I sing, so those are the things that I notice. But like one of my favorite things about this tune is the second half of the verse, the backing vocals, the
That's a nice touch.
Mm-hmm. Like it just makes things sound so full and big, and that's one of the things that I love in like good arrangements of songs is just simple things that just add that next level of like intensity.
Yeah, and they mix those in really well without making it muddy, because it's hard with that kind of music. You know, you want constant kicks, you want deep guitars, you want like growling basses.
Get a lot of that low mid build up, and
it's hard to kind of keep adding stuff, especially background vocals, because now you want to layer those. But what's really nice is that their lead singer, their voice sits really nice on top of the mix. You know, he's in a higher register, so you can really hear everything's kind of in their own space, which sounds really nice.
I 100% agree with that. That was actually something I was going to bring up, is the way that the vocal cuts without sounding like it's on top of everything. Yeah. And I really do think that just has to do with your tone of voice. There's very little that you can do production-wise to get that. You just have to have that tone innately, and it works really well for this kind of music.
Yeah, so a few weeks ago, we went to their EP release party just at Zach's house and packed out the basement, and like they had a lot of friends who were there.
Yeah, shout out Caesar Chicago.
Caesar Chicago, who might be moving to Detroit.
Caesar Chicago for a job downtown.
You should just fucking move here at this point.
But yeah, so there's like a lot of people, a lot of friends of theirs who aren't necessarily in what you would call a punk or heavy rock scene.
Okay.
And the Toad Boys are just moshing.
I got knocked out
we
hard.
Were very clearly making some people uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's what we fucking do.
But it was awesome.
Dude, that's the kind of music that this is for, man.
My little sister kept fucking pushing me, bro. Kaylee, you're too aggressive. You need to calm the fuck down.
She peer pressured me to attack you.
Yeah, I know. She likes to start shit, bro. When we used to party in high school, she would just fucking
She likes to break shit.
She likes to break shit. Yeah, so that was a place to do it, man. It's cool.
They said the title of the thing in the
Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Does it get bleeped?
No, you're good.
Okay.
I was like, dude, I'm not allowed to swear.
We gotta start over.
Whoops, we have to start all over. We have to bleep all of that.
I don't think we'd make it through a take.
No way.
Well, that's
fuck.
We can't help it. Well,
that's my thing too. I'm like, I would just like, I don't know. I couldn't make it that long.
This is a kid show.
Make sure you click not for children when you post it to YouTube.
Yeah. This is how I express myself, Mom.
All right.
That was not actually directed at my mother. So my next choice is actually going to be a bit of a choose your own adventure, because I couldn't decide. So I have...
You're bringing that Bandersnatch shit.
Bandersnatch. Wrong path, mate. Wrong path.
I have 4 choices for you, and we're going to come to a decision. I've got kind of like a indie bedroom pop thing, a post-hardcore band, a ska punk band, and like a indie funk band.
I want ska punk.
I was thinking ska. What do you think?
I'm thinking the opposite of whatever both you were thinking.
Well, this is a democracy, so...
Democracy is mob rule. Let's
2 to 1.
Let's do that one. I'm thinking Arby's, personally.
There you go. No, honestly, I was kind of leaning towards the ska punk one too.
Let's do the ska punk
I think
that sounds great. That was my 4th choice.
None of the songs we've listened to at this point really have dealt.
Sorry,
with
whoever song this is.
Oh man, that's good.
This is a band that I found. It's kind of funny. I've always been, when it comes to like social media, I've always been like an Instagram guy. But like a couple months ago, I did a podcast episode with somebody who mainly uses Twitter. So I started using Twitter more, and I was initially just going to kind of do a couple of things.
It's actually X.
Shut up.
Did they change the name?
They changed it.
They did?
Yeah. But anyway, so I actually, it's like, one of the big things that I've been using now, because I found like this really cool like just scene of like DIY bands and stuff like that, and they really like to post their end of the week, like this is what I've been listening to types of things. Cool. And so I was going through somebody's, and they had this record by a band called Millington, which is a ska punk band from Albany, New York. I really couldn't find a whole lot else about this band. I always try and find like, you know, fun facts and stuff like that. They don't have a whole lot out about just themselves as people, but this song is called Push Your Luck, and off of their record Welcome Home, this is my favorite of their tunes. So I think you guys will like it.